The new WIC food package was implemented just over a year ago. What's working so far? What's not working so well? To find out, we've asked WIC vendors, WIC participants, and WIC staff to give us their perspectives. The new WIC cash value vouchers allow WIC participants to buy fresh fruits and vegetables with their WIC food instruments. If our interviews are any indication, this has been one of the highlights of the new program.
I'd like to say a couple things about the current WIC program, the new implementations that they've done. We've been very pleased with a lot of the changes. The healthy products with the fresh fruits and vegetables that they've added has been a really big plus to us. It gives the customer an alternative, and it allows them to purchase healthier products, and we have been very pleased with those options for them.
I like a lot of things about the new food package, but the most important thing that I like is that as a participant, I have many choices, and that's a huge thing for me, because being able to pick and choose the food items that I feel are best for me and my baby, that's real important to me. It kind of gives me a sense of empowerment.
I'm just really happy with the 100% whole wheat bread that's available for us. You know, it just makes sense. Yeah. And then the fresh fruits and vegetables too. I was always wondering why they didn't have that before, and now they do, so it's great.
I love the fruits and vegetables. She gets her variety because she loves her bananas, and she gets to try the different, like the peaches and the pears, and she loves her grapes, so she gets her grapes.
We're really excited about the new WIC food packages, because now the WIC food packages meet the dietary recommendations that we've been telling our clients about. So we can actually give the foods that match the recommendations and the education that we're giving to our clients.
Hafade and Tiro from the CNMI, the Commonwealth of the Northern Mariana Islands. I am Carmen Cabrera, the CNMI WIC Program Director, and I'm happy to be here to share the sentiments and the enjoyment and just the excitement of our WIC participants with regards to the new food packaging. They are excited and they're so thankful for having to have the fresh fruits and vegetables that they can get. This allows them to try a wider variety of fruits and vegetables that they ordinarily could not afford. And that's exciting for them, because now they get to have strawberries and oranges and apples, grapes, asparagus, lettuce, bell peppers, all colors, because these items cannot be grown locally. They have to be flown in.
We authorize our farmers to accept the WIC fruit and vegetable vouchers, as well as farmers market checks that we issue for that purpose. It's to support local growers and to introduce people to locally grown produce and make that accessible to them. By shopping at a farmer's market, the WIC participants in general, in particular, can come and bring their families. Of course, they're going to get the wonderful fruits and vegetables, and studies have shown that when they shop at a farmer's market, they're more likely to try things that are out of their ordinary shopping list.
Many of the items that you see behind me are now approved on WIC items. The beans, the rice, in fact, the tortillas and breads. Again, one of the challenges that we're faced with is seeing that the WIC participant has the selection, the variety to fill their nutritional and health needs.
Now, the new food package really expands the variety of food that the client can purchase. It's a much more balanced. So everything that can fit in with a normal diet, it's not something that's out of line. It's something that people are accustomed to eating. And hopefully we can improve the dietary habits of the clientele, where they are a much healthier group of people.
Yeah, everything's pretty good though. I like it. I like it definitely more than it was before, because I had a WIC with my son. He's 7 now. And so there's a lot more choices than there was back then.
I like that they added the fruit and vegetables. They added the grains. You can buy rice and bread with the package.
Yeah, my name is Leota Begay. I am a WIC nutritionist for the Navajo Nation WIC program. And we've been introducing our new WIC food since June of 2009. One of the main responses that we got from clients is that they're really thankful for the fresh fruits and vegetables. They like the variety. They also like that there are more available in the stores. The only problem with one area in that part is that the number of fruits and vegetables is limited in the smaller stores, so that's one drawback there. But hopefully with more education and more sharing of resources, we hope to see the stores increase the variety.
Another well-received addition to the program is the introduction of whole grains, 100% whole wheat bread, tortillas, and brown rice.
Whole grains is another new thing that we've added, the whole grain breads, the brown rice, and the corn tortillas, and those have been accepted really well by our clients.
Although at first it seems that the right size of whole wheat bread was a little hard to find.
It's hard to find bread at Safeway because you have to get like 16-ounce bread, and it's just hard. It's more at the grocery stores than the actual WIC program.
We had a little trouble with the bread because it's a weird ounce. So we had trouble with the bread, but you just go to the bakery and get the bakery bread, which is even better, so it worked out good.
We had a little bit of a challenge with the whole grain bread in the beginning because the manufacturers didn't have the 16-ounce size of bread that we had authorized for our program, but now we have more vendors that have that size of bread available, and so with new policies and procedures in place, we've been able to improve that aspect of the food package.
In Arizona, the addition of tortillas has provided a brisk business to tortilla vendors.
The many challenges that we face in today's ever-changing demographics is that of supplying the needs and demands of our customer base. One of those needs are manufacturing or supplying products, much like you see here in our tortilla factory, is that of the Hispanic item, which is the yellow corn tortilla and the white corn tortilla, both that have been added to the WIC food voucher list, and participants are able to choose staple items from their origin. This has been a great item, this has been a challenge, and it's complemented by our ever-growing demographic changes.
We have cucumbers, freshly picked beans. This is collard greens, okra, summer squash, eggplant, French breakfast spinach. These are radishes. We call them Easter eggs.
Sometimes brown rice is a change of culture. WIC Island partners had to introduce brown rice into dishes there.
Hi, and talofa. My name is Simianica Tutilapanga from the American Samoa WIC office. I'm working as a supervisor in one of our satellite clinics. With the food package in our island of American Samoa, brown rice was one of the major issues. A lot of people there, especially the mothers and also the kids, really didn't like brown rice. So we contracted the school lunch program, Department of Education, and have one of the chefs to come in to do some demonstration in our clinics, demonstrate to the mothers how to cook the rice. So that is one of the advantages right now, and it's working, and we like it so far.
The change from whole milk to 1% milk was initially challenging to some of the participants.
What I don't like is the fact that she went from whole milk just straight down to 1%. That's the only thing, because it was kind of a hard transition because she was so used to it, and then all of a sudden she just went all the way straight down, and so it was kind of hard. And it helps when you're on a low-fat diet. It's the low-fat milk. I don't think the kids can tell that it's low-fat.
I would buy it anyhow, and now that it's made available for us, it just helps out a lot more.
Another area that might be a problem is the low-fat milk. We were giving a lot of 2% milk out before, and with the switch to 1% or even skim milk, there's still a few, not many, that still are refusing that type of milk. And there were more, but Well, I think once we start telling them about the amount of fat as the only difference in the types of milk, they tend to accept that more. So we've been more successful with the milk than 1% than we thought we would. So
While the feedback from vendors was overwhelmingly positive, there have been some issues along the way.
On the front end, the store level, we have had some challenges and have had to educate our individuals with the changes one-on-one. But I think that the education has paid off and the program is running smooth and transitioning quite nicely.
From the demands that we have from customers, I usually tell people that, you know, if you know of anything that you really love, like vegetables, and it's kind of difficult for you to find, just write down the name of that plant and bring it over. We can grow it so that you don't have any problem looking all over the place for what you can eat.
Another item that is of some concern is that of the warehouse items being in stock completely all the time. Warehouse suppliers, licensed distributors, from time to time need to select and audit their inventory frequently to ensure that the packaged items are readily available for the store's stock condition.
The stock, like I have to keep stock merchandise. Work alone in the store, and sometimes I have to close the store to go get the stock from SQS, and they don't deliver every day. It's like once a week. For example, I have a good stock right now, but sometimes customers all come together, and you know, sometimes I don't have the milk, and I have to close the store, and go buy milk.
WIC participants expressed a variety of initial challenges with the new food package and WIC vendors, but it seems as though the good far outweighed the bad.
Sometimes I have had a little bit of trouble just because, like, I'll get up, I thought, like, I got an orange juice and I thought that it was the right one, but then they told me it wasn't. So they had to go back and get it, but it wasn't a problem. It was more my mistake than anything.
The only issue I've come into had at any of the stores is, like, you can get certain things at Walmart that you can't get at Fry's. Yeah. And they'll ring up at Walmart, but they will not ring up at Fry's. So we're having to put stuff back and go back and forth at Fry's. Yeah. And it's more convenient to go to Fry's because it's closer to home.
Like certain brands.
Baby food. That's in the baby food, the jars and the 2 packs of Gerber and the different assorted varieties has
some
been an issue.
Some stores and some you can't get at other. I see.
Only at Walmart. They're a little weird, but I go to Bash's and they're good about it. So
that they don't honor as much intertribal. Like Walmart doesn't honor intertribal checks, and that's where I usually go to shop. Walmart.
Yeah, I think I've had a positive effect. Whereas, like I said, 20 years ago I was on the program and you were limited to the places that you could shop for WIC. But now you see it all the time. We accept WIC, you know, and it's like, I mean, it's highly respected now versus years ago. So whereas before I may have to go to this store and that store, this store just to get my WIC, and another store to do my other shopping. Now it's like I can do it anywhere, like at Walmart or one-stop shop, you know?
I still get to go to the same store and still use the same place, and I just go down one extra aisle. That's it.
It really has increased the ability of the clientele to shop locally. That makes me happy because we're a provider. So since they can do those things, if for some reason they can't travel to a large store, we have everything here available. So it really does make it easier for the client to do their food shopping. They have those added foods that are part of the program.
Well, at a farmer's market, you have somebody helping you shop. So the farmers have all been trained to help the client make sure they get the maximum amount. So if they pick out their purchase and it comes to $4, the farmer is then going to help them pick out more things to make sure they get the full dollar amount for their voucher. They get that personal one-to-one help with their shopping.
On the whole, the feedback was extremely positive. Our vendors, staff, and WIC participants seem to be very pleased with the changes in the new WIC food package.
It has changed. It has changed for the better. Many choices. Besides the milk and juice, you have a choice between bread, rice, tortillas. You also get a voucher for fruits and vegetables, and you have your choices on those as well.
I'm happy to, that you people brought up such program. It really helps them because when they come here, they are all happy. When they come, they look for us.
It helps a lot. It really does. It comes in handy because the milk is getting expensive and a lot of the different items. Because she does try. She doesn't eat the beans as much, but she loves her peanut butter. So now that we're able to supplement it, she's pretty much okay with it. But that's the only thing, it's just that the milk is so expensive.
Because like I said before, when I was on it almost 20 years ago, the same items were available then. So now it kind of makes you feel like, they care, they've looked, they put some thought in it, and they've changed with the times. So I think it was a great plan, and I think the food package is great.
Pretty satisfied with it. I'm just thankful that it's available for our family.
I'm just really happy with how the WIC is now than it was when I was pregnant with him and even after I had him. It's just so much easier everything in general is just easier now than it was before.
Yeah, everything's pretty good though. I like it. I like it definitely more than it was before because I had a WIC with my son. He's 7 now. And so there's a lot more choices than there was back then.
Bye-bye. Say bye-bye.